I honestly thought I was prepared. I'm a 28-year-old American woman, self-proclaimed budget travel expert, and according to my friends, a disciplined eater. I've survived backpacking in Vietnam, bargain hunting in Thailand, and even a $10 ramen challenge in Tokyo. So when I arrived in Manila and heard Filipinos brag about how you can live on just 300 pesos a day, I thought, oh, that's cute. Challenge accepted. 300 pesos. $6. Back home, that's the price of a latte and a half. I once bought a sandwich at the airport for $14 with sadness as the main ingredient. So, yeah, Philippine peso 300 sounded like a joke, a comedy, an easy win. I even planned to film the whole experience to show how disciplined and minimalist I was. Spoiler alert, I failed miserably. I failed so hard I gained weight on a budget so small it should have made me shrink. My first morning of the challenge, I walked out of my Airbnb with confidence and a tote bag that said, adventurous but cheap. Manila greeted me with the smell of breakfast garlic rice, fried fish, and mountains of car-powered happiness that made the street feel like one giant open kitchen. I thought I'd resist, but the first thing I saw was a Tindera woman waving at me like she'd been expecting me since dawn. "Good morning, ma'am." "Rice meal?" she asked, already pointing to a tray of shiny hot tapsilog. I wasn't supposed to eat yet. I'd planned to do a price survey first, but the tapsilog looked like it had risen from the heavens, glowing under the fluorescent light. The garlic rice was steaming like a warm hug. The egg was perfectly fried, the yolk soft like a love story that ends well. And the top of my god, the tapa smelled like it had been marinated in pure magic. "How much?" I asked. "Philippine peso 65 lang, ma'am," she said. 65 pesos. A little over $1. I almost bought 2 just to honor the chef. But I kept my willpower because discipline, or whatever. I told myself that one rice meal was fine. It's breakfast. It's fuel. No big deal. I didn't realize this was step 1 of the downfall. Because the moment that garlic rice hit my soul, I knew the challenge was already doomed. After breakfast, I decided to walk around and look for the cheapest lunch I could find. Manila is hot, by the way. Hot like a sauna that forgot it was supposed to relax people. Walking for 10 minutes felt like training for a triathlon. I saw a sidewalk vendor selling turon fried, banana rolls that looked harmless until you bite into them and realize it's dessert disguised as a snack disguised a life decision. "Ma'am, try one. 5 pesos lang," he said. 5 pesos, 10 cents. I did the math. At that price, I could buy 60 turon with my daily budget. This thought should have scared me. Instead, I handed him a 20 and said, "Make it 4. I told myself it was research, cultural immersion, a journalistic obligation. But the truth was simpler. I am weak. Turon is powerful, and the universe wanted me to fail. Breather, I walked farther and discovered every Filipino snack was aggressively affordable and aggressively delicious. There were kwek-kwek orange-coated quail eggs that looked like adorable crunchy bombs. Fish balls dancing in boiling oil like they were celebrating life. I saw grilled chicken intestines that smelled way better than intestines should ever have the right to. Each one was priced between Philippine peso 5 and Philippine peso 20. This country wasn't cheap. This country was dangerous. By lunchtime, I had already eaten more than I planned. But for the sake of the experiment, I forced myself to keep going. I stopped at another carinderia where, once again, the staff treated me like I was their long-lost cousin returning from abroad. I asked for something light. They gave me a plate of pork adobo with extra rice because, "You look hungry, ma'am." "What do you mean extra?" I asked. They pointed at my plate. There were 2 scoops of rice. "Philippine peso 80 lang yan," they said proudly. 80 pesos for something that tasted like history, love, patience, and simmered childhood memories. I ate every grain of rice like it was a moral obligation. The problem was I still had the turon in my bag. And when I went to pay, the Tindera gave me a free gulaman drink because, "You're new here, ma'am." Free. As in 0 pesos. As in illegal levels of hospitality. At this point, I started getting suspicious. Filipinos are too nice. This wasn't a normal food experience. This was a setup, a trap, a sweet, delicious trap. After lunch, I walked into a sari-sari store to buy water. But then the Tindera recommended I try piatos, then nagaraya, then choco mucho, then the holy grail, Yube ice cream sandwich. I came for hydration and left with a plastic bag full of snack treasures, like I was grocery shopping for a sleepover. The total damage. Philippine peso 52. 52 pesos for 8 different snacks. In the US, this would easily be $17 in 2 tiers. At this point, I checked my budget. Breakfast Philippine peso 65. Turon Philippine peso 20. Lunch Philippine peso 80. Snacks Philippine peso 52. Total Philippine peso 217. Remaining Philippine peso 83 pesos left. I still had dinner. I was supposed to feel disciplined. Instead, I felt pregnant from snacks. I tried to distract myself by walking around the barangay. I passed kids playing basketball barefoot. They offered to let me join. I declined because I was carrying 5 different snacks like a guilty smuggler. I sat on a bench and opened the piatos, then the chocomicho, then the nagaraya. I was a disaster. A hungry disaster. A group of tatas walked by and asked if I was okay. I explained my budget challenge. Their eyes lit up like I had just announced a fiesta in my name. Philippine peso 300, a kaya yan. Come, we'll show you real tippet eating. Do you like pancit? Next thing I knew, I was sitting in someone's house eating pancit bihon with calamansi. I wasn't sure who owned the house. Everyone there treated me like I belonged. Someone handed me buko juice. Someone else gave me a plate of pichi-pichi. I had no idea who paid for what or how I ended up with a 3rd meal before dinner. How much should I pay? I asked nervously. Nothing, you're a guest. They said in unison, this was not a budget challenge anymore. This was a hospitality ambush. I checked my stomach, still expanding. Later, I returned to the street near my Airbnb to look for dinner. I still had Philippine peso 83 left, almost enough to brag. I could have ended the day successfully. I could have gone to sleep victorious and disciplined. But then I saw him, the barbecue guy. The smoke was rising like a sweet barbecue siren call. The chicken skewers glistened like edible diamonds. The pork barbecue smelled like it had been kissed by angels. I approached him with the hesitation of someone about to make a financially and physically dangerous decision. Makano po? Philippine peso 15 isa, ma'am? 15 pesos. 15. I bought 3 instantly. Then someone handed me a styro cup of rice. Then someone else shouted, Libre na yan, ma'am. Free rice, free. Again with the free. I swear the Philippines is the only country where you can try to save money and still gain weight from kindness. By the time I finished my 3rd barbecue stick, I realized something horrifying. I was full. Not, I should stop eating full. I can feel gravity more strongly full. I'd eaten 5 rice meals, 14 snacks, 1 pancit, 2 freebies, 3 turon, and enough barbecue to feed a small village. And my total spending, 262. I had Philippine peso 38 left. But no dignity. I went home waddling like a penguin. I looked in the mirror. My face was glowing, but my stomach looked like I had eaten the Philippines. I calculated everything again just to check if I hallucinated the numbers. Nope, real. Somehow I gained weight and still didn't reach Philippine peso 300. The next morning I woke up craving caps log again. That's when I realized something important. Living on Philippine peso 300 a day in the Philippines isn't just possible, it's deliciously dangerous. Because Filipinos don't just feed you, they overfeed you. They overlove you. They will shove kindness and food into your hands until your budget cries. And that's how I failed the Philippine peso 300 challenge, but succeeded in gaining 3 new titas, 1 new best friend at the sari-sari store, and a deeper understanding of why Filipinos are the happiest people in the world. It's because no one here ever eats alone. And if you try to, someone will hand you rice anyway.